What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for the DCEU movies. So far there are 9 movies in the DCEU, and the newest one, Wonder Woman 1984, just came out, and I've just recently watched and reviewed it, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and do my updated ranking with that movie in here too. So starting out at number 9 is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. This movie is alright. It's not really terrible. It's not really a bad made movie. It just isn't one of my most favorites and everything. I just really thought it was just okay. Margot Robbie is still really good as Harley Quinn, and all of the new cast and everything are really good as their characters, but I also felt like most of the characters were underdeveloped, and I think the movie would have benefited a lot more if it would have focused on them instead of Harley Quinn and everything. And I think the movie should have just been called Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I think they did actually change it to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey for some of the theatrical after it was released in theaters. Some of the theaters changed the name and everything, but I just felt this movie could have been so much better than it was and everything. It had some good action and stuff and everything, but I just felt the movie could have been a lot better, and the tone was all over the place. It didn't work very well for me. It's just not one of my most favorites. So Birds of Prey is number 9, and number 8 is Suicide Squad. I actually really like this movie quite a bit. I think it's a lot better than most people say it is, but at the same time I acknowledge it's not a really great made movie. You could tell that the studio interfered a lot in this movie, and the editing isn't extremely great, but I still enjoy it. It's kind of like a one of those movies. It's just kind of like a guilty pleasure movie. It's not a really great movie, but it is a lot of fun. Like with Birds of Prey, most of the characters are underdeveloped and everything except for Harley Quinn and Will Smith's character Deadshot. They get a lot of backstory and stuff because, of course, they were the main draws of the movie, and I was disappointed with the amount of how much Jared Leto's Joker wasn't in this movie. I know a lot of people love to hate on him and stuff, and I think he was decent as a Joker. He isn't my most favorite, but I still think he's good as a Joker, and I hope that Zack Snyder's Justice League will get to see a lot more of him and see more of a darker side to him and everything, and maybe get to see what they wanted, how they originally wanted Joker to be. But all in all, I think Suicide Squad it's a fun movie, but it's definitely not one of the best movies in the DCEU. But it is still a good movie. So Suicide Squad is number 8, and number 7 is Aquaman. I've only seen this movie once, and to be honest, I don't remember it very well. I need to actually give it a rewatch. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the movie theater. A huge part of the reason I haven't wanted to rewatch it is because of Amber Heard being in it and everything. I don't want to get too much into that, but I really can't stand her as a person and an actress, and I really wish she wasn't in this movie. But I'm just gonna stop there. I don't want to start ranting and stuff about her, but Jason Momoa is great as Aquaman, and aside from Amber Heard, all of the other cast are really good in this movie, especially William Dafoe. I really liked him in this movie, and Patrick Wilson was really good. James Wan did a really great job directing it, and the special effects and stuff in this are pretty good. And I just remember I really did enjoy this movie quite a bit when I saw it in the theater. Like I said, I need to rewatch it. It's the only DCEU movie besides Wonder Woman 1984 that I haven't actually rewatched yet, so I need to give it a rewatch. But no, I did like this one quite a bit from what I remember, so it's number 7. And number 6 is Justice League. I know a lot of people absolutely hate this. Most people would put this at the bottom of the barrel, and I can get why. It had a lot of production problems, and it really does show in the final product and stuff. This movie could have and should have been a lot better and a lot bigger than it was, but I still enjoy it. Like the character interactions and stuff is still a lot of fun, and it's a fun movie. It's not a very great movie and everything, but I enjoy it a lot more than most people do. I enjoy some of the humor and stuff. Yeah, the tone is a little all over the place, kind of like with Birds of Prey, but I still really enjoy Justice League quite a bit. I'm not gonna defend it and tell people that they're wrong for disliking it, because I completely understand why people don't like it and everything, but I just personally enjoy it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. If you do, then awesome. But I am extremely excited for the Snyder Cut. From day one, I've said that I wanted to see his vision and stuff, so I can't wait to see that when it is released on HBO Max. But yeah, so Justice League is number 6, and number 5 is Wonder Woman 1984, the newest movie on this list. I thought this was a really, really good sequel to the first one. The action and stuff was really good, although it didn't have near as much action in it as I was expecting. It wasn't like as action-packed as I thought it would be, but it still is a lot of fun. I love like the dynamic between Diana and Steve. Once again, the chemistry between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine is really good. Kristen Wiig was amazing as Cheetah. I thought she was really, really good in this movie, and I really liked Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord. I thought he was a really good villain and fit the role really well. So all of the new additions were really good, and this is a really good movie and everything. So Wonder Woman 1984 is number 5, and number 4 is Wonder Woman. Now, I really like this movie quite a bit. I know when it very first came out, I was really disappointed in it. I think the hype really got to me and stuff. It was really overhyped and stuff, but in the months since it came out and everything, I just really enjoyed this movie quite a bit, and I enjoyed it a little bit more every time I watch it. Gal Gadot was just absolutely perfect in this one. She was really great in the second one, and I thought she was really good in Justice League, but this one, she is her best performance as a character. She just is perfect in here. She kind of, I love like that innocence and stuff that she has in this one, and she really does a good job, and I really think she is a really good actress, because between this movie and the next one, the way the character changes and stuff, and the way she plays her is just really, really good. And I think this is a really, really great movie. So Wonder Woman is number 4, and number 3 is Man of Steel. I went into this movie, I actually didn't see it till like right before Batman vs. Superman came out, and I went into this movie expecting to not like it. I had heard mixed things about it, but most of the stuff I had heard was negative. I didn't know very many people that liked this movie, and when I rewatched it, I was like, man, this movie is really, really underrated and everything. I love that like they did a different, darker take on the Superman story. I know that's where a lot of people don't like it, but personally, I think that's one of the things I do like about it, is that they made him feel more human, and I like the changes they made, and they didn't try to make him be just like Christopher Reeve Superman. They didn't try to copy what came before it and stuff like Superman Returns did. And I just really enjoyed Man of Steel. I think it was a really great movie. Zack Snyder did a great job directing, and Henry Cavill was really great as Superman. And this is a really, really good movie. So Man of Steel is number 3. And number 2 is Batman v Superman. I know a lot of people hate this movie. It gets dissed really bad. In fact, I used to get in arguments with people on Facebook groups about this movie, and I'll defend it till the day I die. I just absolutely love this movie. It has a really, really great story, and the cast in here are excellent, especially Ben Affleck. I think he's one of my favorite versions of Batman, along with Michael Keaton. I think he was actually the best live-action Batman we've gotten since Michael Keaton. I just absolutely loved him in this movie. Henry Cavill is once again really good as Superman, and another take that most people would say I'm crazy for saying. I actually love Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I think he's really, really good. Yes, he's over the top, and he does kind of act more like the Riddler than he does Lex Luthor, but I love his take on the character. I thought he did a really good job too, and I really enjoy this movie quite a bit. And this is a movie that introduced us to this new version of Wonder Woman, and I thought she was really great in here. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot to do, but it was still cool getting her in here. They could have taken her out and it wouldn't have changed the movie that much, but I'm still glad that she was in here. It was a good introduction to her, and it's just a really, really good movie, and it's really underrated. To me, it's the most underrated out of the DCEU movies, almost, actually, because the number 1, I think, is actually a little bit more underrated, and so I'll go ahead and get to that one. Number 1 is Shazam. I just absolutely fell in love with this movie. I went into the theater not expecting to like it that much. I don't know why I wasn't that interested in it. It just didn't really sound that interesting to me. Maybe it's because I wasn't really super familiar with the character of Shazam, or Captain Marvel as he used to be known, and now they just call him Shazam. I wasn't really familiar with him, and I don't know why this one I was not very excited for, but I ended up absolutely loving it. It came out at a time when I really needed a good movie and stuff, so that kind of probably is part of the reason why I enjoy this movie a lot too, because like stuff I was going through at that time, this movie kind of helped me escape and everything, and it just is a really, really fun movie. It has a great cast in here, and I absolutely can't wait for the second movie. This is easily my favorite movie in the DCEU, and one of my favorite DC movies in general. Yeah, I just really, really loved it. It's easily number 1. So let me know in the comments how you would rank the DCEU movies. If you don't want to do your full ranking, just tell me maybe your favorite and least favorite. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.